you guys. How you guys doing today? Yeah. We can do better than that. How you guys doing today? Yeah. All right, that's better. Having a bit full of alligators. Let's be a little excited, guys. All right. So my name is Kevin, and I'll be doing your alligator show for you today. And I do actually work with every single alligator that you're seeing here. And each of our alligators normally does about 1 or 2 shows a day. That way they can all take turns, don't get stressed or anything like that. Now the largest alligator that we have in our enclosure, he is actually this big guy sitting in the water over here. So we'll come over and talk about him a little bit. Hi, big guy. Okay. So he is actually this big guy right here.
You gotta be kidding.
Come here, buddy. Come say hi, big guy. There he is.
Oh my God.
So tip of his nose is right there, and tip of his tail comes way back over here. So if I pull up his tail, you'll see that his tail alone is about as big as I am. All right, so this is a very large animal. Nay, he is over 10 feet long, weighs over 300 pounds, and he is jacked out of his mind, so I like to call him Arnold Schwarzenegger. Nay, he is a very impressive alligator, but unfortunately I'm not using him for your show based on the simple fact of I can't really move him. He's kind of big, but he is a very impressive animal. That being that he is the largest alligator in here, he's also the dominant male in the enclosure until I walk through that door. There's a lot of bad jokes here. You gotta work with me, guys. Jokes are going downhill. So I can't use him for your show, so I'm gonna grab a hold of a different alligator. Excuse me, sir, can you move for me? Thank you, big boy.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Now, like I said, we do rotate them all through, so I am looking for a particular individual. So I'm going to grab a hold of this guy, sit in the corner over here. We'll bring him up front so everyone's going to be able to see. Okay. Come on, big guy. Time to go to work, buddy.
That's crazy. I can't record good because I'm watching. It's like, this is crazy. This is someone just moving around. Such a dangerous thing. He's like, okay, no problem. That's crazy.
You guys having fun yet?
I
You see a lot of phones like, yeah, he's gonna die. Alright. So let's go ahead and open up these jaws.
Oh God.
Okay. Alright, so take a look inside that alligator's mouth. You will actually see 80 teeth in there. And there are 40 teeth on the top and 40 teeth on the bottom. And they can actually break their teeth off, they grow them back, and they cycle through several thousand teeth in their lifetime. Now that does come in handy because of how hard that gator can bite down. A large alligator can close its jaws with an entire ton of force in that mouth. 2,000 pounds per square inch power. Y'all did not seem impressed with that number. Think about that. 2,000 pounds is enough power to easily snap any bone in your weak, fragile human bodies and literally flatten your skull. If you're not impressed by this, it is because y'all are on the wrong side of the glass. Now, even though they can bite down so hard, you can actually hold their jaws shut with just your bare hands, as you can see me doing here. All that power is for closing, very little for actually opening. So remember, if you're ever about to be attacked by an alligator, don't run away. Just turn around, grab the jaws, and you'll do great. Definitely kidding. Run for your life there, guys. But we have all these alligators in here for a reason, though. We are actually an alligator rescue, and these are all considered to be nuisance alligators that our team rescued. Now, a nuisance alligator is one that showed up in somebody's backyard, got in their swimming pool. He ate Fluffy, something like that. Now, once an alligator does eat somebody's dog, the state is going to send out a trapper to capture and kill the alligator, unless the dog he ate was a Pomeranian, and they just sort of going to continue the good work. Yeah.
Oh God, that's terrible.
Unfortunately, though, the state of Florida does kill
Rosa.
several thousand of our nuisance alligators every year, and that is really sad because it's not the alligator's fault. It's usually a nuisance person who caused the problem, and by that I mean people who feed them. So once you feed him, three things happen. One, he learns to associate you with the food. Two, you don't have the food. Three, you are the food. And that's why it's against the law to feed them.
Look, you hear him?
Are you guys done yet?
Oh,
Apparently not.
They're getting into it. Do you see that, Nathan? You see what he's doing?
Can I go now? All right, thank you. Now, once an alligator does become a nuisance alligator, by law it has to be either killed or kept in captivity. Therefore, most trappers simply kill and sell the alligators to make money. However, myself and the other team members here are the only strictly non-kill trappers in the state, and therefore, instead of killing the alligators to make money, we volunteer our time to rescue these alligators for free. So what we do in here, we do our shows with these nuisance alligators instead of them being turned into a handbag, which you appreciate that, right, big guy? See, guys, that's why we consider an alligator rescue, because every single alligator that you've seen here would have sadly been destroyed if they were not here with us. The alligator wrestling is not like wrestling in a ring. You do not hurt, headlock, or body slam the alligator. It's actually techniques used by the native tribes of Florida, and one of the maneuvers they would use is holding the jaws of the alligator shut between your chin and your chest, allowing your hands to be free to take out a rope and then tie the jaws shut, which sounds like a horrible, dangerous idea, so I'm going to demonstrate it. Now, it does make a pretty cool looking photo, so I'll give you guys a thumbs up like this. Or if it does go horribly wrong, get my arm ripped off and I'm bleeding everywhere, I'll give you a thumbs down, okay? No, hey, don't worry in that scenario. Just switch your camera from photo to video and tag me in your post. All right. Man, next one. Okay. Sometimes people clap. Thank you guys. Clapping did not feel forced at all. I do have one more trick to show you guys, but before I do it, I do want to tell you a little bit about myself too, so you don't think I'm completely insane. See the stairs out there. I actually have a bachelor's degree in finance and international business from a college in New York. Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me either. But for my entire college career, all I really wanted to do was get out of the Shark Tank and into the Gator Pit. Yeah. Now, a phrase that I choose to live by is live your dreams and follow your passion. For my entire life, I've been passionate about reptiles, and especially alligators, and it has been a dream of mine to be an alligator wrestler ever since I was a little kid. So I've been extremely fortunate to have been given this opportunity, and I encourage everybody out there to pursue your wildest dreams, because you never know, they might just come true. That being said, the only way that I'm able to continue to do this job full-time is through the generous donations of the people in my audience and you guys. Now, to capture this job, it's obviously very dangerous, and due to the danger factor, I am not an employee of the park, and instead an unpaid volunteer due to liability and insurance. Liability? That way, if the alligator does rip off my hand and eat it in front of me, no one is technically responsible and I get a get well soon card. That is literally our healthcare plan. So at the end of the show, you like the show, you learn about alligators and like the fact that we're a rescue that saves these guys. I do greatly appreciate anything that goes into my little tip jar down there. That is the only way that I get paid here, and it's also what enables our alligator rescue to function and what allows us to continue to go out and rescue more of these beautiful and magnificent animals. Now, I do also say the not fun part, that I do not attempt anything you've seen me doing here today. You know, I might make it look pretty easy, pretty safe to be in a pit full of alligators and to handle one, but the reality is, one slip, one wrong move, you can lose life or limb. I feel very fortunate. I've had a lot of close calls, never had a bad accident, but I have had a few friends who did. I had one friend get hit in the hand during a show, gator death rolled, and snapped his arm like a twig. I had another friend get hit in the upper arm during a show, gator death rolled, ripped the bicep muscle from the bone, ate the trunk of his arm during the show. Now that was obviously very serious. He almost died from blood loss, but I'm not saying this to be dramatic or to scare you guys. I see it so you understand the reality here. And I tell a lot of jokes and then people tend to forget. This is a powerful apex predator that is of our utmost respect. Don't ever approach wanting to ever try this. But that being said, take a look around me. All right, these are not aggressive animals. They're not going to come chasing after you. They're not going to hunt you down. If they're not, they're pretty cute. They pretty much just sleep all day. They're the laziest things on earth. Or when people feed them, swim in their habitat, or trying to handle them like this, that's exactly if people get hurt or even killed. So don't do any of those three things, and you'll be fine. You leave them alone, and they'll leave you alone. Now, on that note of positivity, let's go ahead and do the most dangerous part of the show. What could possibly go wrong, right? So the last trick I had for you guys is called the face-off. It's called the face-off because if I mess it up, my face comes off. You need a dark sense of humor, guys. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up the jaws of the alligator. I'm going to set my chin on the edge of the open jaw, balancing the jaws up with just my chin. And if anything touches inside the mouth, boom, jaw sends shut. I mean, these are reflex, and nothing stops the jaws from closing. So you need to be very careful here. But one last piece of anatomy I want to point out quick. You guys see this fat roll looking in down here? That's not fat, that's the jaw muscle. An alligator can eventually have over 50 pounds of muscle solely dedicated to slamming its jaws shut and then crushing anything that's in between them. So that puts this in perspective a little bit. So let's give this a shot. Alright, now most of my show is a lot of bad jokes. I do want you guys to laugh, have a good time, learn about alligators. So there's one part of the show that is actually extremely dangerous. So before I do it, I want a little bit of motivation. You guys are enjoying the show, right?
Yeah.
Alright, now I'm just checking. So nice and careful.
Please. Oh my God. Woo! Oh, come on.
Alright, good job, big guy. Give that alligator some applause. Good job, buddy. Not too shabby, big guy. Not too shabby. Yeah. And you can see that alligator just gets up and walks away. He doesn't turn around and come after me. There's no revenge, no hard feelings, and like that shows him nothing at all. And he is literally going to lay down and take a nap in 3, 2, 1, and down. After all the hard work that he did. So again, my name is Kevin. If you guys have any questions for me, I'll be standing strategically by my tip jar with a card reader, Venmo, Cash App, and Zelle. You guys know the show and have fun? Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it, guys.